The Manx Biomed conference is taking place here at the Villa Marina. With our festive background, let's talk to Saul and Chris. It's about cannabis. It's a subject that we're hearing so much about. Explain your different aspects here, first of all. Saul, you do?
Sure. I do events and innovation in medical cannabis. We have a lot of history in Israel with medical cannabis, and my company takes that knowledge around the world and shows governments and operators, licensed producers, how to operate within the framework of a medical cannabis legislation, which the Isle of Man is looking to have a referendum coming up in February about medical cannabis, both decriminalisation, medical cannabis, and the growing of hemp on the island. So we were invited out to talk about what does a registered medical program look like, how do you implement it, and what are some of the lessons that we've learned across the world at TheraCann and Israel with iCAN, and how can we get the Isle of Man into this business?
So many questions, hold it there. What do you do?
TheraCann International is based in Panama, but we have operations in Canada, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, and hopefully soon in Isle of Man. We plan, design, implement, and manage large-scale industrial, regulated cannabis facilities. So to do that, we have to bring the technology. We also have to be able to bring the training and the know-how to be able to get those facilities up and running quickly so that the countries that regulate can get into supply very, very, very quickly.
Is medical cannabis, or are we talking about Canada-style cannabis now?
Well, every regulation starts with medical cannabis first, but never say never. Jurisdictions that thought they would never go recreational have. We started originally in Canada, which did go full recreational 5 years into its program, and had learned a lot of harsh lessons along the way. We take much of that learning process from other countries, including Canada and Israel, and bring it to other countries like Isle of Man.
What's your status?
In
Israel.
Israel's had the longest medical program in the world since 1996.
Yeah.
Currently 40,000 patients on the program, covering a range of diseases, including Crohn's, Parkinson's, epilepsy, cancer.
So you're down the medical route?
Only medical.
No recreational?
No.
Do you see that happening there? Or was that not a question for you? No, Israel.
23% of our population consume cannabis illegally. So yes, when you look at how to regulate this and the amount of tax dollars not being collected by the Israeli taxman, they will regulate cannabis.
And Chris, you clearly said it starts with medical, and it almost certainly then people realise, we can relax it a bit more. But you need this lesson learning. I'm interested. Like, it goes crazy, right? And when you deregulate anything initially, people just go mad, don't they? Then it sort of itself out.
Well, the reality is cannabis is already here.
Yeah.
In the Isle of Man, you're looking at 10% of the population is using cannabis at some level already.
Sorry, our chief constable says about over 10% of all his business is dealing with cannabis/drugs,
right.
And therefore we're wasting that. It should just be legalised. What you're saying?
Well, it is the black market. And you have no quality, you have no control, no way to recall, and of course there's no way to raise taxes to put in programs to make sure that the cannabis is of high quality. So this is an opportunity for the country to get in. Now, Isle of Man is 5 years longer in some jurisdictions behind most countries. And now it's a question of, can they leapfrog the countries that are already out and licensed and regulated in a way that would bring opportunity to the Isle of Man and give them an opportunity to export both their technology as well as cannabis product to other jurisdictions that are horribly short. Canada, for example, exceeded its supply in the first week of legalization of its recreational market in October. Australia is importing from Canada, which no longer has supply, and New Zealand had hoped to export to the rest of the world, but has yet to get a system up and running. So in terms of opportunity, I don't know of any other industry in the world that has such a demand and supply differential. And in terms of product, when we're selling product that's well north of $150 a gram, when oil is perhaps at $50 a barrel, the opportunity for any jurisdiction is incredible.
Well, there's so much to talk about there. We'll make this a two-part interview. We'll be back with part 2 in a moment.